Hello everybody out there on YouTube, this is your man Shadicstick back on the mic once again. Sorry I've been gone, I've been, playing Final Fantasy 15, that's, what else is there to do, am I right? But no, on the real, I've been playing Final Fantasy 15, I'm going to be doing a review on it, but I want to get into this young news about the DLC for Final Fantasy 15, so let's begin.
Whipping all this double bitty chopper. Fuck all you bitches at the trap house. I can't trust you, I can't give you real address. I can't trust you, I can't give you real address. They don't mean that be like Jerry Stacker. I might fall in love with my trap house.
Alright guys, first off, I gotta say I am hyped, especially by this news, because originally we were told that Final Fantasy 15 would get DLC. Now, I gotta say, we gotta take this all with a grain of salt, because not everything may come to fruition, but I feel like they're gonna do everything that they said, because Final Fantasy 15 has been a fantastic experience for me and many other players around the world. One thing I gotta say is you could tell that they put, love and care into this game and that they really cared about the project. But we gotta talk about Final Fantasy 15 update roadmap right quick. This is the roadmap for every update slash DLC that's coming out. Now, all the updates I'm gonna talk about right now are gonna be free, so let me read part of this article. All right. Square Enix has revealed an update roadmap of sorts covering future developments of Final Fantasy 15. Basically saying this is what you're getting for, the next few years or the next year and next few coming months. In addition to adjustments specifically targeting Chapter 13, if you don't know what Chapter 13 is, that's the big Metal Gear chapter that basically makes you want to kill yourself. And the company is planning a number of free updates to flesh out several late game event scenes and other quality of life adjustments. I'm assuming this is stuff with cutscenes, making the game look better, maybe making the frame rate in Altissia a bit better, because that's late game and the frame rate in Altissia drops. That's really the only place where you see any kind of frame rate issue in the game is Altissia, and that's just roaming around Altissia. This isn't during the Hydrian boss fight. During that, the frame rate was fine, or when you're doing all the stuff right before the Hydrian boss fight, that was all fine. But hopefully they're gonna fix that frame rate right there. Alright, and basically here it says their short-term goals are, improving Chapter 13, increasing the strength of the ring. The ring was strong but not strong because it took too long for you to kill your enemies, and that was something that it was annoying. It was annoying. Everything was one hit kill, but it was just like you had to wait there and hope you did not get faded by the enemy, get one hit killed by the enemy. And they're doing some stuff to get localization better, because admittedly some stuff you could tell wasn't localized real well, because they would have they wouldn't necessarily have fully voice acted cutscenes or stuff like that. They will have like a little box telling you with a prompt telling you what to do, rather than just having the person there tell you what to do. It would pop, they'll say something like, hey, what's good, and then it'll pop up. That's just in very few quests. That's not in a lot of them. That's just in a few of the quests you take on. On top of this, we have also learned that they'll make important characters from the story playable, and this was something we already knew, that Gladio, Ignis, and Prompto were all going to be playable eventually in their own respective DLCs. But if we get this before the DLC comes out, oh my god, please tell me we get this for for free. I hope we get to play them alone just for free, rather than having to buy the DLC and get it later on, and just you have to pay to play a character basically. On top of that, I hope the expansion pack that we're getting, the Final Fantasy Online expansion pack, is also free, but it says it won't be. So I'll delve into that a little bit later. But additionally, we'll get New Game Plus, which is a staple in a lot of RPGs nowadays that are action based, i.e. Dark Souls, Bloodborne, those type of games. And Final Fantasy 15 is sort of in that kind of vein, because the game itself is very difficult. There's a lot of stuff to do. Now, is everything in the game difficult? No. It's a lot of the challenges and the extra bosses that are difficult that you can go and face. Even the story bosses, not all of them, but a lot of them are, they have some sort of difficulty to them, and I respect the game for that. I have to say, not everything is easy, but there's a lot of easy. There's a lot of, stuff that's in between, it's difficult, but it's not super challenging, and you have the super challenging stuff, and I have to respect the game for that. It struck a nice balance between all that. And on top of that, we will get low-level runs. Now, if you don't know what a low-level run is, this is typical in action RPGs, especially the Kingdom Hearts series, where you do a level 1 run through the entire game. Persona has this, I think, too, via cheats and stuff like that. And then you have like invincibility options, and they also have a font size increase. And if we get that font size increase, it'll make the game a lot more enjoyable, because a lot of Final Fantasy 15's font or lettering is just really small, and if you're not close up to the screen, even on a big screen like I have a 42-inch in my room, and the font is super duper small and you cannot see it at all, especially on that big screen, like I said before. So let's delve into more of the other DLC, or let's basically talk about the short-term goals. Like I said before, it's the chapter 13 stuff. That's the short-term goals. The mid-term goals is like better representation of the second half of the game, because the beginning of the game was good, the very end of the game was good, but the entire middle part of it, especially like that latter part of, you know, the game, was not, it wasn't good. The story wasn't good. It wasn't good. And, you know, they want to give you more satisfaction. On top of that, you know, they want to add like events that depict scenes, because there's a lot of why does this happen? You know, why is Noctis an Angel Guard? You don't really get clear-cut questions as to why these characters are in certain places. You just kind of, or why certain things are happening in the story. It just kind of happens. Like Noctis, you know, falls asleep in the crystal, and then he's just an Angel Guard in prison. It's a prison. It tells you it's a prison. They say escape from your prison cell. Why is he in prison? What did he do to get into prison? They don't actually tell us that. You know what I mean? On top of that, a lot of things like the king we're just questioning on it. Like the king of Niflheim is just non-existence. He doesn't exist in the story. Like, he's there for 1 second and he's just gone. Like, really? In Kingsglaive, we got to see more of, you know, Niflheim's upper brass, but in Final Fantasy 15, that doesn't exist. Like, we just have our boy Arden over here doing stuff, and Arden is admittedly a likable character. I love that guy. But otherwise, you don't really get any actual answers to why things are happening. They just happen. And as a long-term goal, they have making mainstay characters playable. But what interests me more is they're thinking about having your own creator characters, having your own player avatar. So possibly when we get the online update, we can go online and play with other players. Maybe players are in the world with us, or, you know, it's asynchronous. You know, you may see another player doing something like in Dark Souls and Demon Souls, this whole series in general. This is something I'm really hyped for. If I get to create my own character, oh my god, you don't understand, my boy. Like, I'm gonna have that fresh Kuji on. I'm gonna have that fresh Louis Vuitton on. Hold up, I'm gonna have that Louis Vuitton on. I'm gonna have my boy, I'm gonna come up in there with some fresh Stacey Adams, my boy. Like, you don't understand how hype I am for these updates. On top of this, they discuss some other DLC that we're getting. We're also getting like limited time mob hunts, you know, mob hunts that you have to complete in a specific type of time, like a specific amount of time, not type, but amount of time. And, you know, we're also getting boss hunts that we're getting you know, you have a limited amount of time to complete it. And I'm just like, hello? We're getting more bosses. There's so much that's going to be packed into this. You know, they already announced that we're getting a holiday pack, a booster pack, you know, episode Gladio, Ignis, and Pronto, and the online expansion. Now, guys, tell me below down in this, you know, the comment section how you feel. You know, I have the links to articles, everything in the description. This has been your man, Shadicstick. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I'll have that 15 review up probably around this weekend or the end of this week, next week, or possibly. And have a good one. Kiss, kiss.